A man once pulled a thorn from a lion's paw, and that lion, years later, refused to eat him in an arena full of screaming Romans. Now, you might say that's just a fable, and you'd be right. But here's the uncomfortable part. Real, documented cases exist that are almost as hard to believe, and they force you to ask something we don't like asking. Do wild animals actually understand us better than we think? Most people assume the answer is no. They think an animal's brain is basically a survival machine. Eat, hide, reproduce, repeat. So when a human reaches towards a wounded wolf or a beached dolphin, the animal isn't understanding kindness. It's just too exhausted to run. But then you hear about Moko. In 2008, off the coast of New Zealand, a bottlenose dolphin named Moko, who regularly played with local swimmers, suddenly appeared near two pygmy sperm whales that had beached themselves multiple times. Rescuers had been trying for over an hour to guide them back to sea. The whales kept turning back. Then Moko showed up, communicated with them in clicks and calls, and led them directly to open water. She didn't stick around. She just fixed the problem and left. The rescuers were standing there, completely confused. Did a dolphin just do our job better than us? Here's where it gets stranger. People assume wild animals are afraid of humans by default, and they're right, mostly. But there's a documented phenomenon researchers call trust transfer, where animals in distress lower their fear response toward whatever is nearest when pain is overwhelming. So the logic goes, the animal isn't choosing to trust you, it's just desperate. Except that doesn't explain what happened with a humpback whale in 2011 off the coast of San Francisco. A female humpback had gotten entangled in hundreds of meters of crab trap rope. Divers went in to cut her free. A terrifying job, by the way, because one wrong fin movement from a 45-ton whale ends you. They worked for over an hour cutting rope from her mouth, her fins, her tail. And when the last line was cut, the whale didn't just swim away. She swam toward each diver individually, nudged them gently, what marine biologists describe as nuzzling, and then disappeared. Was she saying thank you? We don't know. But she was doing something deliberate. Now, here's where the skeptics push back. And honestly, it's fair. They'll say, animals can't understand human intention. They respond to behavior, not motive. So if a human is calm, slow-moving, and non-threatening, any animal will gradually stop panicking. There's nothing special about help. It's just de-escalation. And that's a clean argument, except for the repeat encounters. There's a man named James Isaacs who rescued a young elephant in Kenya, pulled her out of a ditch, nursed her for weeks, then released her back into the wild. Years later, same elephant walked into his camp, found him specifically. Wildlife researchers confirmed she had bypassed dozens of human settlements to reach his location. You can explain one encounter with desperation. You can explain two with coincidence. At some point, you run out of explanations that don't involve the word recognition. The science, as of now, lands somewhere uncomfortable. Studies on dogs, the most human-adjacent animal, show they can distinguish between helpful and unhelpful humans within a single interaction. They will ignore food from someone who refused to help their owner. They remember. They judge. Wild animals are harder to study, but crow research, and crows are absolutely terrifying in how smart they are, shows they remember individual human faces for years, hold grudges, and pass that information to other crows. If you've wronged a crow, its children know your face. So the question isn't really, can animals sense kindness? The question is, how much of what animals understand about humans are we simply too arrogant to investigate? We built this wall in our heads, humans on one side, animals on the other. We're the ones with language, with intention, with moral understanding. They're just reacting. But a whale who swims back to thank you, a dolphin who does your job better than you, an elephant who crosses miles of wilderness to find one specific human, maybe they're not confused about who kindness is. Maybe we're the ones confused about who's capable of recognizing it.